Hello paper crafters, my name is Sunny Sky and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I have a card for you with some motion. So this is the card we are making, and you'll see there's just part of the sentiment that opens up on the inside and reveals itself. So let's get started making this fun card. This set is called Sweet Cupcake, and there is a coordinating framelit called Cupcake Cutouts. If you purchase these together as a bundle, you will save 10% on that price. Here are the selections of cardstock you'll need for this project. You need a full card, 5.5 by 8.5, but instead of scoring in the center at 4 1/4, you're scoring in 2 1/8 inch in from each side. This makes a gatefold card, so that each side will score in like this, and together it'll make your full card. This is from the thick Whisper White, is what I made this from. You'll need a scrap for your image of your cupcake, and then you'll just use your die cut and put it into an oval after you've stamped it. And we also have a piece of Flirty Flamingo. This is 3 1/4 by 5.5, and you just die cut an oval in the center of that as well. You will need a sheet of Soft Sky, just a 1-inch scrap for your 2 punched greetings. And then you need some designer series paper, and I've used here some in Real Red. These are 2 pieces of 2 by 5 3/8. And so it is just a smidge shorter than your full card. These are going to go on the outside of the front, each side of your gate. And then 2 pieces of 2-inch by 3-inch. And you're going to score these 1/4 inch from the end. Okay? We're going to start creating the interior of our card. So this is the inside of our card. We have a little bit of fun stuff to do here. These are our 2 sheets of designer series paper. This is the banner triple punch. Triple because you can make a 2-inch, 1.5 inch, or in a 1-inch wide banner simply by cutting your cardstock to the appropriate width and sliding it all the way into the punch, and it just creates this tab. And tear and tape with this, these 1/4 inch ends that we scored, we're going to put the tear and tape on the side that we want to show. Okay, both of these. So on the front side of this designer series paper. Remove the back of that tear and tape, and it's a little bit wider than this 1/4 inch thing, but you just use your finger to fold that over back on itself. And you could use your snail adhesive, but it's a little harder to fold that back over. The tear and tape stays really nicely together so that you can put it back on itself. So this is adhered under this middle piece. So to figure out exactly where I want to put my banners, I'm going to go ahead and just lay this sheet of cardstock down. I'm not going to do anything with it right now, this Flirty Flamingo, but I'm just centering it in my card here. We're going this way, but I want to tuck this under and glue it on the outside of the fold. So I'm just going to kind of come across. I want it to be centered with that. I'm coming to the edge of the fold, gluing that down, and then flipping that back over. Okay, and so I'm going to do the same with this one. Let me just kind of come across like this to kind of make sure that I'm even right at the edge of the fold. Go ahead and adhere that down and fold it back over. So you have those. They are going to overlap a little bit. You actually want that to happen. And you want to make sure that you don't want to have one under and one over, because then when they close, they'll get stuck on each other and it won't close all the way. It prevents it. It can prevent it from closing all the way. That's got a little bit of a gap at the end. So these are the new foam adhesive strips, and we're going to put one at the top, one at the middle, and one at the bottom. Now these are nice and thin, so you can get a nice narrow place for them to fit. They are twice as tall as the dimensionals that we carry. I just like to set this cardstock over the image. You don't want these adhesive strips to interfere with the movement of your card. So you want to get that up above there, and when you bring this one down, make sure that it's down low enough that it's not going to interfere with those little banner tabs flipping forward. And so then we just line this right up with your card and put it in place. Okay, so we're already over and under the way they need to be. And then we have a little sentiment that we're going to put right in the middle of this. While the card is open, This says sweet, and it's going to go with the rest of our sentiment, and we're just going to stamp that right in the center there. It's time to create our 2 banners, and the one we're going to be punching out of this framelets die, and then the other we're using the new Duet banner punch. So I have a little tip for you with this little Duet banner punch. When you have a photopolymer stamp set, it's flexible. So I just put the block on top of the banner and try and curve this around. I need to turn this so that I can see it a little bit. And so I'm just sticking it down on my block, looking at the banner underneath. You see that? And so it will be the same curviness as the banner itself. So I'm going to stamp this in basic black. And then I have the sentiment, the best things in life are, and then we stamped in real red on the inside of the card the word sweet. And I just need to make sure with this that I have enough room on either end of this for the banner. And I didn't get that quite a good impression, and I'll tell you what, I need to have my little foam mat underneath, and that'll give me a better stamp impression. Let me make sure I don't do it over top of where my happy birthday is going. Count to 5, release, there, that one was much better. I've got my big shot here with my multi-purpose platform, first cutting pad. I'm making my sandwich cardstock, then place my framelit down over my words, centering it on there, and then I'll run it through. And this framelit has a couple of scoring lines to help this banner have a little bit more dimension. Okay, so there's my first banner, and you see the 2 scoring lines there. I'm just going to fold back on the first score and then forward again, so a mountain valley. And it's just about 1/8 of an inch, just enough to create a little bit of dimension behind there. And let me go ahead and put some dimensionals on, and I'm going to put 3 on here. And then we have that other banner that we created with the happy birthday, and you see how that lines up a nice curve with that sentiment. Punch that out, and we're going to use dimensionals on that banner as well. Okay, here's our card. I've already adhered the panels on the front of the card, and then on the inside we're just going to add this banner that we made. The best things in life are, I think I'm going to angle this one this time. The best things in life are sweet. So this is the way this card moves, and it just magically appears. I just love it. Okay, so we're going to now do decorating on the front here. I've made a couple of these images. Let me just see which one I like the best here. I think I'll go with this one. And I'm going to use my Wink of Stella for a little glitter and glitz. And I have another video where I stamped this cupcake and showed you how to use the 2-step and 3-step stamp sets. And so I'm just adding Wink of Stella to the lighter places where it's the dark portion in the shadow of the cupcake. I didn't put any glitter there, but you could glitter the whole thing if you wanted to. So there's my little bit of glitter. And then one little rhinestone. I love these rhinestones with the adhesive already on there, right at the top of our cupcake. And then I'm going to use my fast fuse to adhere it to the card, but first I want to add a little bit of shading with some soft sky sponge around the edge of this image. Just a nice subtle color. If you like a bolder sponged look, you could use the Marina Mist or the Dapper Denim that were also in this card. You also could sponge it with the Flirty Flamingo or the Real Red. This image we're going to just glue half of it on to the one side of the card, right? And the other side is opening that way. So we just want the adhesive on this side. I'm using fast fuse instead of snail because I want a little bit stronger Didn't check that quite enough. Strap check, that worked better. A little bit stronger adhesive since I'm only doing half of it, and it is going to be, people might pull on this as they open the card. And then here's our little banner that we made to go on the front. Pop that up, and I'm just going to put it below my image there. Okay, so there you go. Now I also made another one where I used the soft sky on the designer series paper, so you get a little bit different look. And on this one I put another cupcake on the inside. This one just has it plain. So you could do it whichever way you like. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this project. Remember to share my videos, subscribe to my channel, and shop online, and have some fun crafting.